Hey, it's me again, and I'm here to present you a vlog of one of my favorite trips, Japan.
I don't really know a lot about love, a lot about love, a lot about love, but you're in my head, you're in my blood, and it feels so good, it hurts so much. I don't really know a lot about love, a lot about love, a lot about love, but you're in my head, you're in my blood, and it feels so good, it hurts so much. So good, it hurts so much.
We had a 7-hour midnight flight scheduled to land at Haneda International Airport around 9 a.m. Japan time. We intentionally booked a night flight so we could sleep on the plane and start the day once we arrived. For this trip, we were flying with Garuda Indonesia. This was my first time going to Japan and I was really excited, especially because everyone I know who's been there always says they want to go back. We bought our round-trip flight tickets through Papyrus. The ticket included Jakarta to Tokyo, Osaka to Tokyo, and Tokyo back to Jakarta, with 43 kg checked baggage, 7 kg cabin baggage, and in-flight meals included. Personally, I think this was a great deal, especially considering we traveled during the autumn season. Here's a little tip if you want to catch a view of Mount Fuji when flying from Soekarno-Hatta International Airport to Haneda International Airport, especially with Garuda Indonesia. Make sure to choose a left side window seat. Around 10 minutes before landing at Haneda, you'll be treated to a stunning aerial view of Mount Fuji. Welcome to Tokyo.
Tokyo cruising, baby.
We'll be staying in Tokyo for 3 days, so we bought a 72-hour Tokyo subway ticket through Klook. It covers all 13 Tokyo Metro and Toei subway lines. Well, obviously you can buy it on the spot, but if you buy it through Klook, you'll get a QR code. Then you just need to find a machine at the train or subway station that can scan it and exchange it for a subway pass. The QR code also comes with a PDF and instructions, so you just need to follow them. We did take some photos with Tokyo Sky Tree as the background, but we didn't go up to the tower.
Ini stop Sky Tree. Kayaknya beda deh. Iya. Anjir bagus banget tuh cahayanya di Osmo. Lucu tuh cahayanya di sini.
Our first destination, well, technically, was lunch. This place is so popular that we had to wait about an hour and a half just to get into the restaurant. Was it worth the wait? Let me walk you through it. We had been waiting for a long time and were already starving, so the girls tried to find some takeaway food for us to eat while queuing. That's when we stumbled upon this bakery. I remember they had several flavors and I chose the original one and I love it. If I ever go back to ASAKUSA, I'll definitely come back to this bakery. So they finally let us in after 2 hours of waiting.
Gimana kesan-kesannya setelah antri 2 jam?
Makanannya belum datang, jadi belum ada kesan. They provide instructions on how to eat the dish if you wish to follow them. As the name suggests, they specialize in Wagyu, served with different toppings, styles, and ingredients. My significant other ordered a melt-in-your-mouth filled steak for 5,500 yen. I ordered a special rare steak for 2,200 yen. And my best friend chose the top rare steak for 3,300 yen. After tasting everything, there was a clear pattern. The more premium the dish, the better the flavor. Simply put, the more expensive it was on the menu, the tastier it turned out to be.
Itu pas dicampur sama yang telur nambah creamy sama dicampur sama kuahnya dia lebih suka punya dia sih makanan pertamanya dan karena lebih ke daging
dagingnya lebih berat gitu kan memang rasa uji dagingnya
dia top punya dia rasanya agak mirip
cuma beda dari tekstur dagingnya
punya dia lebih
I think the dishes were fine, but honestly, I don't think they were worth waiting 2 hours for. It was still a great one-time experience though. After that, we headed to Asakusa's famous temple area. As you can see, it was extremely crowded. You will first walk through Nakamise Street, a long street right after the first gate, lined with traditional snacks, souvenirs, and small local shops. Then you'll arrive at Kaminari Mall, the Thunder Gate with its giant red lantern, one of the most popular photo spots in Tokyo. Just beyond that is Sensoji, Tokyo's oldest Buddhist temple. It is one of the city's most iconic and visited temples, known for both its deep history and lively atmosphere. There are also small performances around the area, and you'll find lots of fortune-telling spots called omikuji. You pay 100 yen, shake the tube, and a stick with a number will come out. Then you take the paper that matches your number to read your fortune. If you get a good fortune, you can take it home with you, but if you get a bad fortune, you're supposed to tie the paper onto the wooden racks provided around the omikuji area, or sometimes onto a tree, but the bad luck stay behind.
Nomor berapa?
100.
Wow,
100 banget nih.
100 banget nih.
After trying the omikuji, we walk around for a bit before heading to our next stop, a dessert cafe called Futatsume. Futatsume is a popular social media viral dessert spot in Asakusa, best known for its Mata Mont Blanc. At first glance, it looks like ice cream, but it's actually a rich, multi-layered cake served in a cone, priced at around 1,400 yen.
Yang mana yang paling atas? Matcha chestnut. Habis itu bawahnya ada soft serve ice cream. Bawahnya lagi ada lemon marmalade. Ada red bean paste. Green tea chestnut lagi. Dia lembut. Menurutku sih enak. Kalau di mix sama ice creamnya enak. Iya ini.
Ketahuan banget beli satu cuma.
We walked past Azuma Bridge, which I found really beautiful at night, on our way to Shinjuku for dinner and some food street exploring. Whenever we travel, we always try to have something local, so tonight we thought we'd go for sushi here in Japan. Now to be fair, we didn't actually do much research for this one, we just sort of wandered in and picked a random place. So if you do know any proper must-try sushi spots, do let me know in the comments and I'll give them a go next time I'm in Japan. As for this place, personally I say the sushi back in Indonesia is actually better. We also ordered a mackerel here, though I have to say I do prefer the one in Kamakura, and I'll show you that in a bit.
A few moments later.
Udah setengah menit sih.
Jangan lihat dari prosesnya.
So my main goal for coming to Shinjuku was actually to visit the locations where Taylor Swift filmed her Endgame music video. Now I'll show you the comparison between the music video and the actual location. You might want to come here as well if you're a Swiftie. After getting what I wanted, we strolled around for a bit and grabbed some street food like dango and headed back early because we needed the energy for tomorrow. Another day, another breakfast. We are going to fill our stomach with something first to start our long day. Since we usually had breakfast quite early while traveling, we would normally buy food the night before, something we could reheat for the next morning. We usually got it from the convenience stores like 7-Eleven, Family Mart, or other convenience store we came across. Sekarang berapa suhunya?
9.
Sekarang kayak jam berapa pagi
Jam
gitu?
setengah 7.
Setengah 7. Ini tour guide kita.
Iya, kalau tersesat kita sama-sama tersesat.
Lihat anginnya. We also collected stamps from train stations and some landmarks. It's actually a really fun collectible and it's completely free. So make sure you bring a notebook or prepare one just for collecting the stamps.
Terbalik ya?
So apparently from our place to Tokyo Disneyland we had to take a JR line, but the Tokyo subway pass didn't cover it, which was why we needed an IC card like Suica or Pasmo, Japan's e-money cards. They used the JR line. We had to find a machine with a JR logo to get one. Or you can also buy single tickets like we did. So here we were, after about an hour, we finally arrived at the Tokyo Disneyland area. And that was the famous Disney train, but we didn't take it. We currently were heading straight to the gate.
Ini aku pegangin biar agak jauh.
I'm gonna be Daisy. She's gonna be Mickey. Minnie. Judy Hope's duck.
Nick Welch.
And after we passed the main gate, the first thing we did was book the Beauty and the Beast ride. It was the most anticipated one and had the longest queue. We reserved it through the Tokyo Disney Resort app for about 2,000 yen per adult, so we got the Disney Premier access. We also got a bonus priority pass for the 40th anniversary and we picked Monsters Inc. To kill some time before our first ride, Beauty and the Beast, we went looking for headbands to match our characters. And since it was a Christmas season, all the souvenirs and decorations were on another level. All the waiting and queues were making me thirsty and a bit hungry, even though I'd already had breakfast. But we still had to queue again just to get some drinks and light bites. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Everything here involves queuing, a long one.
So cold, guys. Raining today.
So even though we had Disney Premier access, we still had to wait for a bit because quite a lot of people were using it as well. We still had to queue for a while, but we were prioritized compared to the regular line. After waiting for a bit, we were finally allowed to enter. The line was split into 2 lanes leading into the ride, so we moved forward gradually along with everyone else. In this ride, we got to see a lot of stunning animatronics and beautifully detailed scenes that tell the story. It was a very immersive experience and looked incredibly real in person, although everything was in Japanese. The ride also included the castle kitchen, the enchanted rose, and the most anticipated part, the teacup vehicle that moves through the ride, where you can see Belle and the Beast dancing in the ballroom.
Jin, gimana caranya, Jin?
Well, that was an awesome experience. We stopped at Sweetheart Cafe for a light lunch where the pastries were designed with cute Disney themes. All the restaurants were fully booked on the app and the queues at the cafes were really long, but we had to queue anyway. We are going to buy a Toy Story dumpling. Our friend is queuing for it. This is a glimpse of what it looks like inside the restaurant. And this is a glimpse of the dumplings.
First bite. Ay. Agak gede ya bun.
Apa? Enak kok. Cuman kegedean untuk mau. Enak nggak?
Weh langsung one bite.
Kamu harusnya nggak
Boleh dibagi dua, diperlihatkan dulu isinya apa. Ya bun.
Enak, dia manis gitu tapi it's not so sweet.
Manis tapi not too sweet. Oke, digigit dulu setengah, ditunjukin isinya apa.
Apa ya? Oh, beda-beda. Kamu apa? Asam. Asam-asamnya. Oh, berarti.
Mukanya nggak aneh, berarti oke, masih approve.
Karena rasanya nggak cuma manis doang, ada asam-asamnya.
Oke.
Gacha nih. Kira-kira rasa apa ya? Maunya rasa apa? Vanilla.
Coklat.
Esnya dingin kayak es krim tapi bukan kayak base tapi bukan es krim.
Masih kan?
Dapat dari.
It was finally time for Monsters Inc. We had priority access, so we just scanned our tickets and joined the line before getting on the ride.
Monsters Incorporated asks that you remain seated with your hands, arms, feet.
So the ride vehicle was shaped like a train with one row and two seats, and it moved along a straight track. It was quite a short ride and fairly decent. It would definitely be entertaining for kids, but for us, it felt a bit underwhelming. And here I was, I ended up choosing the kids menu for my dinner simply because it was cute. It was shaped like Mickey Mouse. Thank you. While we were waiting for the fireworks and the night parade, we spent some time browsing souvenir shops, looking for cute Christmas-themed items. We also tried a few things, like making souvenir medallions.
Kok dibalik? Oh, mulus belakangnya. Kalau mau dicium.
Iya.
We got these Disney Gata keychains for each of us, and we were going to open them together later in Fujikawaguchiko.
Ada secretnya, cuman nggak tahu yang mana. We both want to see the parade.
The Tokyo Disneyland Electrical Parade Dreamlights is one of the visitors' favorite parades. It takes place every night, usually around 7:15 to 7:30 p.m. The road starts from Fantasyland to Toontown, featuring a wide range of Disney characters, from the ones I know to the ones I don't. Honestly, there were so many, and it was such a beautiful parade.
Kita udah jalan seharian, kaki kita udah mau mati rasa. Iya, sekarang kita bertiga lagi duduk. Itu dia, lihat.
Lagi mijet kaki.
Kita baru hari kedua di Tokyo. Hari kedua rasa hari ke-10.
And now, the one we've been waiting for, the Reach for the Stars fireworks show. It started at around 8:30 p.m, so we got into position. had pretty high expectations for the fireworks show, maybe a bit too high. I've heard previous lectures on how to take it to another level. Also, quick heads up, the fireworks weren't centered on Cinderella Castle like I expected. They were actually set somewhere between Disneyland and Disney Sea, which explains why my camera suddenly drifted diagonally across the sky. I think the fireworks here were a bit underwhelming and not as grand as I expected. There were quite a few moments where the sky felt empty, although this video has already been edited. And yeah, it wasn't centered on the castle either.
Happy? Ya. Pegel bun. Terus kamu kesan pesan terhadap Disneyland?
Dingin.
Kita sudah selesai nonton kembang api yang sangat megah itu.
Sangat megah. Sesuai ekspektasi nggak?
Agak tidak. Next time kali ya kalau ke Hong Kong kita
Hong
lihat.
Kong
Tapi
ya.
kita nonton kembang apinya dong. The decorations here at night were absolutely beautiful. I really recommend visiting Disneyland during Christmas season. Just look at this. Everything felt so magical with the Christmas lights, the tree, the atmosphere. It all came together perfectly.
Kenapa Steve?
Ada Atlantic Call.
Balon kayak itu bagi-bagi balon tuh.
Terus balon tinggal di kereta.
Iya ya, ribet ya nantinya ya.
Jadi kita tunggu.
Kita lagi jalan ke Maihama Station. We are going back to Airbnb.
Dia kedinginan guys.
Kita mau coba kesini nggak? Oh my god, banget. Foto pohon Natal, foto pohon Natal, cheese. Itu ada don. Lucu. Aku lihat ininya aja juga lucu.
And that's the end of the day. We stopped by a company to grab something for tomorrow's breakfast. For day 3, we had 2 main activities. The first was Harry Potter Studio Tour, and the second was Shibuya Sky. We started the morning with Harry Potter. We had already booked the tickets about 2 months in advance through Klook for around 780,000 rupiah, which included the studio tour and a free headband. Our time slot was at 9:30 AM, and you can be late. We ran into the merchandise store first to have a look around. It honestly felt like one of the biggest Harry Potter merchandise stores I've ever seen. There were so many items, from honeydew streets and golden snitched keychains to ropes from every house. Even the Bopatong uniform. They even had a Mina Lima store here, which got me really excited. Mina Lima is a London-based graphic design studio founded by Mina Flora Mina and Eduardo Lima. They are best known for creating the iconic graphic universe of the Harry Potter film series and later contributing to the Fantastic Beasts film series. Mina Lima designed many of the memorable visual props in the Wizarding World. If you've ever noticed how detailed and real the Wizarding World feels on paper, letters, tickets, packaging, that's very much Mina Lima's magic. All the merchandise was so good. I was honestly tempted to spend all of my money here, but it had only been 3 days. So there I was trying to pick the best Gryffindor teddy bear. And believe me, they were all slightly different. After that, I went straight to the cashier, redeemed the headband I've picked, and somehow still managed to grab a monster book keychain from the display near the counter. And then the studio tour began. We first entered a room filled with large Harry Potter posters. After that, the staff gave a brief introductions about the studio, followed by a short film screening, which by the way wasn't allowed to be recorded. And then came the moment the doors of Hogwarts were ready to open, leading us into the magical world draped into the Great Hall. This is one of the most iconic and central locations at Hogwarts, essentially the main space where students eat, celebrate, and come together as a school. The floating candles light up the hall, creating a magical, majestic, and warm atmosphere. And yes, the candles here actually moves up and down, which makes it even more enchanting. Next, we move on to the grand staircase, where the stairs are known to move around. Around this area, there are 3 spots where you can take your moving photographs. You'll need to scan a barcode first, register on their website, and then take your photos. After that, your moving portraits will be displayed on one of the frames. The studio also showcases the common rooms of each house, starting from Gryffindor, where you can feel the warm red and gold tones, and then Slytherin, which has a cooler, darker blue atmosphere. Next up is the best wizarding sport, Quidditch. They actually let you try a Quidditch experience here. The staff will guide you with the movements, but the facial expressions, that's all on you.
The quaffle is released, and the game begins! He's got the snitch! Harry Potter receives 150 points for catching the snitch! Gryffindor wins!
After the experience, you can see the Quidditch balls and the Nimbus broom up close. There's also the Three Wizard Tournament called Mannequins of Hogwarts Professors and Dumbledore's office. In there, you can approach the pensieve and relive one of the memories.
Botol.
Iya, botol ini. Jadi tiap kali lu mau lihat memorinya lu bisa, tapi cuma bisa sekali kayaknya. Memori yang berdirian dari itu dimasukin ke dalam.
Kayak yang tadi, yang asap-asap tadi.
Nanti muncul gambarnya. This is one of my favorite rooms in Harry Potter, the Room of Requirement, also known as the Come and Go Room. It is a secret magical space in Hogwarts that only appears when someone truly needs it. And this is also where the lost item of Rowena Ravenclaw was found. And it's not just for the good side, they also have an experience for the Death Eaters. You can design your own Death Eater mods by following the steps on the screen, and once you're done, they'll show the result and even display where your mod appears on screen. Right next to it, there were displays of costumes and furniture along with explanations on how they were made. Here's another one of my favorite rooms, the potions classroom, where I even took a Polaroid with one of the quadrants. After that, we headed to the Forbidden Forest to visit Hagrid, or at least his world. You can spot Buckbeak, centaurs, trying casting your Patronus, or even come face to face with Aragog. You can also take a look inside Hagrid's hut. Thought he wasn't there when I visited. I guess he was still out in the forest with Buckbeak.
Butterbeer kiri. Let's go.
After drinking, please wash
Thank you.
Did you know that if you buy a butterbeer here, you get a souvenir mug to take home? And that's what I'm gonna do.
Asik. What do you think?
Enak kok, cuman nggak tahu rasa apa.
Butterbeer. Oke. Sebuah review.
After exploring Hogwarts, we move on to Privet Drive, the house where Harry grew up with the Dursley. It felt more crowded here since it's set up like an actual house, but everything looked incredibly detailed. From the staircase and Harry's cupboard under the stairs, to the fireplace filled with letters, the scene with On March, and even the backyard, everything was brought to life so well. You must be familiar with the magical platform at King's Cross Station, where students board their Hogwarts Express. My trolley got stuck at platform 9 3/4, so I decided to head into the railway shop instead and do a bit of window shopping.
Ini ada jam.
So inside the train, you get a glimpse of what it was like when Harry and his friends were on their way to Hogwarts, from their early years all the way to when they were older. You can't even teleport at the Ministry of Magic here. Just scan the barcode again. After that, you'll be greeted by the magical streets of Diagon Alley, which feels straight out of a fairy tale with beautifully detailed shop fronts. It then continues with displays of the Weasley's joke shop's designs. Leading to a full-scale model of Hogwarts from the outside. Absolutely massive and incredibly impressive. The tour ended with an area showcasing Fantastic Beasts and how they were brought to life, including the monster book. It took us about 4 hours to finish, and we were moving quite fast, so make sure you give yourself plenty of time. We are going to Shibuya. Look at the skies and the sky. Today's sunny, which is good, so it's warm, not too cool and not too hot. So to get the famous Shibuya Sky view, you'll need to head to Shibuya Scramble Square. The entrance is on the 14th floor where they'll check your ticket. Ticket sales usually open about 2 weeks in advance and it costs around 290,000 rupiah per person with no time limit for your visit. The attractions opens at 9:20 a.m. and closes at 10:30 p.m. After your ticket is checked, you'll need to queue for the lift that takes you up to the 45th floor. We originally wanted to catch the sunset at Shibuya Sky, which is around 4:30 p.m. But when we tried to book the tickets right after they were released, the sunset slot sold out almost instantly. We didn't stand a chance. The closest available times were also gone. The nearest one we could get was 2 p.m. so we went with that. Since there's no time limit, we planned to go earlier and just wait until sunset. We ended up rushing through the Harry Potter studio tour and didn't have time for lunch, so we had lunch at the cafe at Shibuya Sky instead. Honestly, it was quite pricey for what you get. The food was decent, not bad, but not particularly good either, so I'd recommend eating somewhere else before coming here. They're also quite strict about what you can bring in. Lockers are provided for your belongings. We brought the DJI, but the mini tripod wasn't allowed inside. Once everything was sorted, we could finally head out to the outdoor area. There are a few sections there, including the up and down escalators. You can go up and down as many times as you want to get the best footage. Near the down escalator, there's also a staircase. You will usually see people standing there taking photos. At the top, there's a seating area. You can just sit back and watch the sunset. They also offer a paid photography service, but we decided to shoot everything ourselves. One of my friends actually tried the service though.
You look at that.
After sunset, we headed back into the indoor area and took some photos with the installations and the sky view. From up there, we could even spot Tokyo Tower and look down at Shibuya Crossing, which we were going to visit next. After taking enough photos, we went back down. My friend picked up their photos at the counter, and that wrapped up our visit to Shibuya Sky.
Dapat buku ya. Isinya berapa?
1.
Berapa duit ini?
Hard copy dong 1.500, tambah digital copy tambah 300.
Jadi ini tambah digital tuh.
Mau makan apa? Hi, I'm Don.
I'm not a donut.
We were planning to grab some snacks first and have dinner later that night, so we decided to stop by Donut. I'd seen this place all over TikTok and I heard really good things about it. But since we arrived at night, a lot of their items were already sold out. The ones still available were the original, French cruller, Mama French cruller, chocolate, lemon, and matcha white chocolate ring. I ended up going with the original one. The donuts in the sections look really good too, so we decided to get some as well. A lot of cafes in Japan require at least 1 food item and 1 drink per person, and this place was no exception. Here's the drink menu. Feel free to pause if you want to take a look. And this is what we ended up ordering.
I'm matcha latte.
Iya nggak salah sih donut.
Ayo lagi ulangin. 1.
Donut.
I'm matcha latte. So what are you?
Hojicha.
Konnichiwa.
Bisi.
Let's try.
Kayak bolu. Teksturnya kayak bolu.
Rasanya
After we're done with the donut, we headed to the Shibuya crossing area and stopped by the Hachiko statue for a bit. It's a very famous bronze statue located right outside Shibuya Station's Hachiko entrance, and it represents a well-known story of loyalty and devotion. There's usually a queue if you want to take photos, so we had to be pretty quick when taking pictures of each other. If you're collecting stamps, you can also get one at the tourist center nearby. Sometimes they even give out free stickers if available. After stopping by the Hachiko statue, we finally experienced the Shibuya crossing ourselves. We also stumbled upon those street go-karts you've probably seen online, the ones inspired by Mario Kart. I've heard they are quite controversial locally due to safety concerns. So what do you think? Are you okay with this kind of tourist experience, or are you against it?
foto tengah sini. Video. Kamu berdiri tengah situ video.
Honestly, I didn't plan to film anything in the middle of the crossing. It was totally spontaneous. My boyfriend asked me to do it. I didn't really know what to do, so so I just walked and this is what we got. There are also a lot of stores around this area and we stopped by a gachapon shop. It was actually my first time going into one. I didn't end up buying anything though. We were only there for about 5 minutes before heading off for dinner. So for dinner, we went to roast beef of Harajuku. It is a small but very popular spot in Tokyo known for its roast beef rice bowls. Their signature dish is thinly sliced, tender roast beef layered over warm rice topped with a soft egg yolk. There are two main options, the rich version and the healthy version. The difference is in the meat. The rich one uses Japanese beef while the healthy one uses Australian beef. It will also come with beef tail soup and condiments like soy sauce with onions and horseradish with sesame. The beef is cooked rare to medium rare, which gives it a really soft texture and rich flavor. The restaurant itself is quite compact, mostly counter seating, and it's usually very crowded, especially around lunch and dinner time, so expect a queue. But the service is quick and efficient. When we went, it wasn't too crowded, probably because we came quite late at night. You can check the price range from the menu I showed earlier.
Paling enak pakai yang mana?
Garam terus tambah ini asin pedas. Silahkan kalau penasaran. Aku suka ya.
Dia bilang dia suka.
Udah ini udah yang pertama kali.
Aku setuju lebih enak.
Kalau mau yang saus enakan ini, cuman kalau mau yang OG itu kayak salty daging gitu yang itu.
Yang itu.
Ini lebih ke saus.
Tokyo Tower wasn't originally on our list. It was pretty spontaneous. We just didn't feel like going back yet and wanted something light to do without using too much energy. So we ended up coming here, taking some photos and just hanging around. You can actually go up to the main deck or even the top deck for a 360-degree panoramic view, but we decided not to. Instead, we stayed on the ground and sat in a park nearby. I'm not sure if it's because we were there during the Christmas season, but there were a lot of light installations around the tower. I think there are also an observation spot or stamp area you can access, but it requires a ticket. Since we didn't plan to go up, we decided to skip it.
Jadi itu batu.
By around 10 p.m. we started heading back since it would take about an hour to get home. We also had a full day ahead, a day trip to Kamakura and moving to a new Airbnb. And of course, still needed to stop by a company, so it was definitely time to call it a night. We woke up early today. Well, we woke up early every day, but today was even earlier. We had to check out from our Airbnb and store our luggage in a coin locker since we couldn't check in to the next place until around 4 p.m. We were also planning a one-day trip to Kamakura. For this trip, we decided to use the Enoden Noryoriken Pass, a one-day pass that gives you unlimited rides on the Enoshima Electric Railway between Kamakura and Fujisawa. It costs 800 yen for adults and 400 yen for children, and you can buy it at any Enoden station. The line has about 15 stations from end to end, starting from Kamakura Station to Fujisawa Station, and the full ride takes around 30 to 35 minutes. Some of the most popular stops include Hase Stations, Enoshima Stations, and Kamakura Kokomai Stations, which we'll be visiting.
Antri ya. Yang ngecap cuma satu, yang nungguin banyak. Profesional. Wis. Gayanya. Wis.
With this pass, you can hop on and off as many times as you want throughout the day. But realistically, most people only stops at around 3 to 5 spots, especially for a one-day trip. I'll show you the stops we chose, so you don't have to visit every station and can make your trip more efficient. We started at Kamakura Station, and our first stop was Inamuragasaki Station. We got off there because we wanted to have brunch at Yoridokoro Cafe. The cafe is about a 3 to 5 minute walk from the station and is located right next to the railway, so you can actually see the the Inoshima Electric Railway passing by. This place is famous for two things. First, their grilled mackerel. It is their signature dish, usually served as a set meal with rice and miso soup. Second, they have a unique DIY experience where you get to whisk your own egg. You crack the egg yourself and whisk it until it becomes light and fluffy, then eat it with a warm rice. The cafe has both indoor and outdoor seating, but the outdoor area is quite small, probably only fits around 3 to 4 people. Still, it is a really fun and authentic experience, especially with the train passing right next to it. For our orders, I got the mackerel and my boyfriend also ordered the mackerel but with an extra sweet soy sauce topping.
Sampai mana progresnya?
Indah went with the horse mackerel and all of us added an egg. Masih ini.
Ini setengah jadi.
A few moments later.
For the horse mackerel, it still has bones, so personally I prefer the regular mackerel since it's boneless and easier to enjoy.
One eternity later.
And my mackerel was really soft and tasty, slightly crispy on the outside. Overall, we thought the food was pretty good, but at the end of the day, it really depends on your preference. If you're not into fish, then this might not be your thing. We came really early on purpose. This place gets super crowded, and since we didn't make a reservation, we arrived close to the opening time. So we only waited for about 10 to 15 minutes, but if you come later, you might end up waiting for up to an hour. Near the cafe, there's also Inamuragasaki Beach. We only saw it from a distance since we were heading to our next destination, but we did manage to stop briefly and take a few quick photos. We're currently waiting for the train at the station, and apparently they have a small waiting room here called Machi Aisitsu. It's equipped with glass walls, seating, and even a heater, which really helps during the cold weather while you wait. Some people also call it Tanboshitsu, which basically means a heated room. We were taking the Enoden train again, passing by this beautiful beach before arriving at Kamakura Kokomai Station. This place is famous for being the iconic opening scenes locations of the anime Slam Dunk. I don't personally watch it, but I saw a lot of people taking photos here, and the view looked really beautiful online, with the railway crossing in the foreground and the blue ocean in the background. But when we got here, it was super crowded. The road area was already restricted, and there were officers managing the crowd, so it's not as free as it used to be. It makes sense for safety and order, but you can't really take photos the same way you see on the internet anymore. It was also quite gloomy that day, which didn't help, so personally it didn't feel as stunning as what I had seen online. But if it's your first time in Kamakura, you can still give it a go. The beach we passed earlier was Shichirigahama Beach. On a clear day, you can actually see Mount Fuji from here. It is located just across from the railway crossing. Unfortunately, the weather wasn't great when we visited, so we only got the gloomy beach view. We didn't spend much time here, and also my pudding got stolen by a seagull. Yeah, that actually happened. And after that, we headed back to the Inoden train and continued our journey to Hase Station. We also refilled our water there since there was a dispenser available at the station. Pretty convenient. After we got out from the Kaisatsu or ticket gate at Hase Station, we headed to Kotoku-in Temple, home to the Great Buddha, and it's actually a designated national treasure. This massive statue has withstood multiple earthquakes and even tsunamis, including the Great Tsunami of 1498, which makes it even more impressive. There's an entrance fee of 300 yen for adults and 150 yen for children aged 6 to 12. If you want to go inside the statue, there's an additional 50 yen. The atmosphere around the statue is really calm. As you walk around it, you start to notice the serene expressions, the intricate details, and just how massive it is. The whole place feels spacious and peaceful. You can also go inside the hollow statue to see how it was constructed and learn a bit more about how it has survived for centuries. That's what the extra fee is for.
Ayo berpose, putar.
Kayak ibu dong.
Foto dulu buat post ke grup WA, WA story.
A lot of people just sit and stand quietly here, taking in the atmosphere. There's also a small area where you can buy charms for omamori and other items unique to the temple. At one point, I even had a random squirrel encounter. Personally, I think this place is especially beautiful in autumn. The vibrant leaves make everything even more stunning. We ended up taking quite a lot of photos here. My friends and I were taking turns picking up fallen leaves and tossing them into the air while the other elves captured the moment. It was pretty funny. People around us were watching, but they were also smiling and laughing along. Before heading back to the station, since it was getting dark, my friends stopped to buy a souvenir. The rest of us just sat nearby enjoying the autumn leaves. It was really beautiful and peaceful here. I didn't expect to enjoy this place so much, but this turned out to be my favorite spot in Kamakura. Dan gitu nanti reviewernya grogi.
Oh, gantungan apa?
Oh, gantungan.
Oh, bagus. Dia lagi apa itu?
Dia nyala kan?
Iya, pasti nyala sih.
Oh my god. Penyebab HP lowbat.
Not long after that, we walked around the area a bit more, took a few more photos, and just enjoyed the surroundings. You can also pray here. They sell incense if you want to use it. But even without incense, you can still pray. Totally up to you.
Minta izin, minta izin.
Indah bukan so indah. Izinnya sama muda aja. Oh, yang dipai indah.
Oh iya.
Dia gini, orang ke muda ke indah.
Sumpah aku.
Before heading to our last destination, we made a quick stop at a dorayaki shop near Hase Station. Tasted pretty good, just like your typical dorayaki. But this one even had ice cream inside, which made it a bit more special. My cousin actually bought it, I just had a taste. After that, we continued to our final destination, Komachidori Street. This area is basically filled with street food and lots of souvenir shops. For tonight, we're just going to explore and try some snacks.
Gimana ini? Kenapa ini? Review apa itu? Meatball. Di tengah. Keselak bong, coba enak. Ya, ini ada kejunya.
Enak ini enak. Coba yang cheese. Bagian sini ada.
Selesai kejunya.
For the meatballs, I'd recommend giving them a try. It doesn't have to be in the same stall. You might even find a better one. They were juicy, really tasty. I love them. After that, we stopped by a gachapan shop.
Kalau enggak ini deh.
We also went into a Ghibli store, and yeah, I ended up buying some souvenirs. I mean, look, how cute!
Terus kakiku sama semua kayak Jen. Kayak yang jeruk-jeruk itu kan juga.
Aku gak beli kok.
Berapa tuh? 99.000 ya?
Ini apa?
Ini punya aku kan? Punya aku kan?
Sini.
Kayak dikasih ini.
We also stopped by a Miffy store. I thought I'd buy something, but I ended up not getting anything. There were so many food stalls, including seafood and even a strawberry themed stall, which my friend couldn't resist, so we stopped there for a bit. It started to rain a little that night, so after walking around and grabbing some snacks, we headed back to the station and made our way back to Tokyo. We reloaded our IC card first. Most of the machines only accept cash. Just tap your card on the reader, choose the amount you want to add, insert the cash, and don't remove your card until the process is complete. After it's done, just take your card back, that's it. Good morning everyone. I'm currently on a wheeler travel bus heading from Tokyo to Fujikawaguchiko. It's about a 2-hour ride. The bus even had an onboard restroom, and it is much more affordable compared to taking the JR train or renting a car. Plus, it is really comfortable. After booking, you'll receive a PDF confirmation. Just show it to the driver when boarding and make sure you're not late. Transportation here is very punctual. From my experience, all the buses I took arrive exactly on time. If it says 8, then it's 8. The most likely, if you take a bus to Fujikawaguchiko, it will drop you off at Kawaguchiko station. You can also store your luggage in the coin lockers there or nearby. Right beside the station, there's a parking lot with a direct view of Mount Fuji.
Ada yang lagi sibuk foto sama Gunung Fuji. Ini ada yang selfie. Lah, yang ini?
Makan.
If you keep going straight from there, you'll reach the Kawaguchiko Lawson. Facing the Lawson, on the left side there's a small lane, and if you walk through that road, you'll find a hidden spot that I personally think is really beautiful. With a railway crossing and Mount Fuji in the background, it feels very aesthetic. The queue here was also much shorter compared to the famous photo spot in front of the Lawson Kawaguchiko, so you can take turns with your friends. One queues at Lawson while the other takes photos here, then switch after. That way you can get both spots without wasting too much time. You might not know this, but to get that iconic Lawson shot, the photographer actually have to stand across the street. It takes effort and good timing, since there are quite a lot of cars passing by. I'd actually recommend renting a bike to explore Fujikawaguchiko. It's a lot more convenient. But when we tried this morning, everything was already rented out, so now we're taking the local sightseeing bus that goes around the area. We were heading to our main attraction today, the Mount Fuji Panoramic Ropeway. We took the red line bus from Kawaguchiko station and got off at the Kawaguchiko Herb Hall stop. Started there, it's only about a 2 to 3 minute walk to the ropeway. The entrance fee is around 1,000 yen for adults for a round trip and about 500 yen for children. We were actually really lucky. It was a clear blue sky on our very first day without even checking the weather. Usually you should check the forecast if you're planning to see Mount Fuji because it's not always this clear. There are a few photo spots here where you can stop for a bit, then continue walking uphill for an even higher and better view. This is pretty much what it looks like when you reach the top. There are several photo spots around. I think there's also a hiking trail here, but we didn't try it. There are a few other photo spots too, like swings, but those are paid. After looking around for a bit, we just sat down in front of a souvenir shop and took a short break.
Warabi mochi.
Mau warabi mochi.
Jadi. Apa ini?
Jango with Dango with brown sugar and kinako. Enak, kenyal dan kayak gitu yang manis gitu. Saya kita bisa adjust gitu based on brown sugar. Masa babon? Soalnya dia ada kinakonya juga, jadi lebih ada pahit dikit. Masih transparan.
Mochi, the curry bread.
Apa?
Masanya kari. Wih. Enak aja.
Kayak jelly manis. Enak, cuman agak effort aja makannya. Tapi dia kayak dingin-dingin, manis. Ada manisnya brown sugar sama ada manisnya ini. Terus kayak ada manis-manis jelly bersatu. Tapi dia nggak manis-manis banget gitu. Memang agak effort aja.
There are also ema here, small wooden plaques where people usually write their wishes or prayers. You can often find them at temples and shrines across Japan. And since it was autumn, they had a special seasonal design. After spending some time at the top, we went back down using the same roadway. The ride is only around 3 minutes one way. Earlier, we didn't get the window seat, so we couldn't record the view properly. But this time I got the seat near the window, and honestly, the view was spectacular. The sky was so clear that day, which made everything even more beautiful. After we got back down, we waited for the bus across from the roadway station to take us to our final stop of the day, Lake Kawaguchiko. There are actually 5 lakes around the base of Mount Fuji, and Lake Kawaguchiko is the most popular among them. We originally planned to visit Lake Yamanaka as well, which is known for its swans, but we didn't have enough time. It was already getting dark, and there wouldn't have been much to see by the lake at night anyway. So this lake is more popular than the other 4 mainly because it offers the easiest and most balanced experience. It has beautiful scenery, convenient transportation access, and plenty of food, cafes, and restaurant options nearby.
Tetap jelek. Lah, hilang gunungnya.
As it got later in the evening, the weather became colder, but we were still eating pudding and ice cream.
Jangan kelihatan gigil.
Cupu ya, kelihatan cupu kalau main gigil.
Ini tangan udah makin kaku.
Iya,
Tangan kaku, bibir kaku.
Enak banget ini kopi ya.
Tapi nggak ada dijual. Tapi dia tulisnya sold on the second floor. Itu maksudnya es krimnya dijual di lantai 2 atau lantai 2 tuh udah sold?
Jual di lantai 2 kayaknya.
Ya, pudding.
Jadi aku bilang ini terbuat dari telur, kamu dengar nggak?
Aku mendengar keduanya, aku lucu jadi. Es krimnya nggak mencair-cair jadi.
Lebih awet ya.
Makanya bawah tuh masih awet banget gitu, kayak nggak ada sayur es krim.
Karamelnya bukan kayak yang manis, tapi kayak manis pahit gitu. Ada kayak gosong-gosongnya.
For dinner, we tried a traditional local noodle dish from Yamanashi. It is a hearty soup made with thick flat noodles, vegetables such as pumpkins, mushrooms, napa cabbage, and carrots, served in a rich miso-based broth. The portions were very generous, even the soup spoons were oversized. The atmosphere felt traditional and cozy, and the broth was rich and comforting. The dish was served in a giant iron pot and arrived boiling hot. One thing to note is that this restaurant only accepts cash.
Dulunya bikinnya pakai tulang-tulangan.
Memang ini nggak cukup banyak. Jamur. Terus bantu. Berapa? Si Meji. Terus Meji.
Kita makan mie-nya kayak bener selai-selai jadinya. Di sana ada apa aja? Garashi sama apa?
Soifan.
Ya.
Suka nggak?
After that, we stopped by Family Mart to grab some snacks, then pick up our luggage and headed to our Airbnb.
Udah kenyang.
Kita mau jajan naik.
We finally arrived at our Airbnb, and just like I mentioned in our day 2 vlog, it's time to unbox the blind boxes we bought at Tokyo Disneyland.
Kalian mau yang mana? Tunjukin dulu. Aku mau yang Mickey atau Minnie. Iya, aku juga. Stop ikut.
Aku mau yang Donald. Donald.
Mau yang Mickey atau Minnie? Kelihatan nggak teman-teman?
Isang. Aku mau yang mini juga.
Unboxing.
Satu-satu.
Aku deh. Kami.
A few moments later.
Kolamnya pakem banget ya gue.
Kolamnya.
One eternity later.
Ya.
Ini sama. Itu nggak ada di list ya?
Dapat secret guys.
Bisa gitu ya? It's mine.
It's mine. What?
Itu bukan kayak Ananda.
Ananda tadi mau Goofy kan Dok?
Enggak.
Chip and Dale, ini karakternya ada 2 dan twin.
Punyaku.
Kalian kan suka kopelan kas kaki, jadi kopelannya itu.
Punya
aku demi sebuah Mickey secret kasih orang kopelan lagi. Biar dapat secret 1. Aku Ananto dapat ini, nggak mau.
Chip and Dale.
Jelek hijau, kayak hijau. Di antara semuanya aku kayak nggak mau ini aja. Udah lah,
Itu cuma 900 loh.
karena nggak tahu mau dapat chip dan Dale. Aku nggak kira aku seampas itu. Aku nggak apa-apa semuanya kecuali ini.
Kita rampok yuk deh gambar dia malam-malam.
Melihat nggak?
I am the champion. Lihatnya dari sini.
Gak boleh di sana. Tadi katanya mau Goofy kan Dok?
Enggak, tadi mau dong.
Kita dapat yang goofy. Aku dapat yang secret.
Nanti biar barang couple ke arah situ doang, ini masih kedinginan di sini.
Wih, padahal aku jarang baca, tapi aku dapat ini.
Pede banget dia. Pede banget.
Masuk
Pede banget. Siapa? Pede banget di chip and Dale lagi ngomongin.
Kemarin waktu aku milih ganti kan terakhir kot.
Emang kalian pisah tempat?
Sama.
Kan nggak ke satu tempat kan?
Iya.
Ayo, emang yang ngambil itu Ananto apa gue?
Oh
Bisa
iya.
aja aku.
Iya.
Keluarga pembentuk.
Lucu sih, cuma tidak sesuai ekspektasi.
Gak lucu. Hijau nggak sih kalau dikasih warna brown aku masih suka. Ini hijau juga.
Ininya kalian kopelan aku Goofy.
Mending kalian di kopelan.
Kami udah couple in real life. Gak perlu.
Mama.
Biasa, mama sayang anak loh.
Tapi kalian berdua bukan anak kandung. Ini tuh ternyata Mickey sama Goofy.
Lah emang dari
Tadi
tadi.
katanya miliknya nggak tahu isinya apa. Yang penting secret.
Itu bukan Goofy, itu Pluto.
Oh, ini Pluto.
Pluto kan?
Oh iya benar.
Coba lihat
Soalnya
anjingnya.
Goofy itu hitam.
Dan tonggos.
Iya. Jadi guys, ini kesimpulannya.
Nggak kelihatan
Ya
anak.
guys, dari situ saya.
I don't want the green one. Mau beli lagi nggak tahu di mana.
Ayo ke Disney lagi.
Terus nonton kembang api lagi. Good morning. So this is Ananto. He woke up earlier than the rest of us that day. He got up at 5 a.m. and decided to go for a run around Fujikawaguchiko. He started running at around 5:40 and ran for about 40 minutes. This was what the atmosphere looked like while jogging in Fujikawaguchiko at 5:40 in the morning. There were barely any people on the streets yet, and the sky was already starting to brighten up. So Ananto ran from our Airbnb all the way to Lake Kawaguchi area, which was quite a long distance. During the run, he also stopped by Komagori Observation Plaza. From this spot, you can get a view of the lake. The path up involves climbing quite a few stairs. The view is actually pretty nice in the morning, especially around sunrise. The only downside is that some parts are slightly blocked by tree branches. But if you like that kind of static atmosphere, it is still worth visiting. Throughout the run, Mount Fuji still looked very clear and visible that morning. At this point, it was probably around 6:10 or 6:20 a.m. and the morning sunlight still looked beautiful. By then, Ananto had already started heading back to the Airbnb. I really loved our Airbnb. It had a beautiful view from the Washitsu. The price was slightly above what we originally planned to spend, but the place was very spacious. It could fit around 8 to 9 people, even though there were only 5 of us staying here. One thing about booking an Airbnb around the Mount Fuji area is that you really need to book early, probably close to a year in advance. We actually checked the prices about a year before the trip, but delayed checking out and only booked it a few months before going to Japan. By then, the prices had increased dramatically, and and most of the more affordable places were already sold out. So we ended up booking this one instead, but honestly, we were not disappointed at all because the place was beautiful and very well maintained. We only stayed one night in Fujikawaguchiko, so we checked out of the Airbnb that morning since we would be outside all day. We left our luggage in a coin locker near the bus parking area because the lockers at the station cost more and were usually crowded. The location was still quite close to the station anyway. Our first destination was Arakarayama Sengen Park, and we traveled from Kawaguchiko Station to Shimo Yoshida Station. During the train ride, there were several spots where we could see the train with Mount Fuji in the background. So if you want to film aesthetic train shots with a Mount Fuji view, this road is actually a great spot for that. At Shimo Yoshida Station, there are several vintage trains displayed as part of a small open-air railway museum. Right outside the station, there are also souvenir shops and snack stalls.
Kayak itu last bite gak sih Bu?
Last bite. Apa reviewnya? Manis, gurih, ada cinnamon-cinnamonnya. Emang ya? Aku kan nggak makan ya.
Nggak ada rasa cinnamon sih, tapi manis kayaknya enak. To get to Arakarayama Sengen Park from Shimo Yoshida Station, you can either walk or take a bus if the road is available. As you can see, the sky was already starting to get cloudy along the way, so there was a chance that the view of Mount Fuji would be covered by the time we reached the top.
Apa itu? Sate unagi. Makan gigit-gigit.
Kata dulu.
Park is home to the famous pagoda called Shirakawa-go Pagoda. To get up there, you need to climb nearly 400 steps. I'm pretty sure you've seen this pagoda before because photos of it appear all over the internet. Throughout the park grounds, you will come across several shrines during your walk.
Kamu sekarang ada di mana? Salah. Arakarayama Sengen Park. Ini di Shimo Yoshida. Nah, Shimo Yoshida. Enggak. Kecamatannya Shimo Yoshida.
Some are smaller, while the most popular one is Arakara Fuji Sengen Shrine. You will also find many spots where people buy fortunes or write wishes on Emma. Kita barusan mendaki You can fill your water here, but it's a cold water. So we finally arrived at this famous pagoda area and wanted to take some photos first since it was getting pretty crowded. But right when we were about to take photos, Mount Fuji started getting covered by clouds. Maybe next time we'll get a better view.
Say hi. Onigiri with apa? Salah, onigiri with the view.
After finishing our visit at Arakayama Sengen Park, we headed back to Shimo Yoshida Station to catch a bus to Oshinohakai. Journey itself took around an hour, not including the time we spent waiting for the bus. If I'm not mistaken, we also had to transfer buses during the trip, but to keep it short, we eventually arrived at the final bus stop for Oshinohakai. Before entering Oshinohakai, we noticed a small garden nearby that looked very peaceful. The entrance fee was only 200 yen, so we decided to visit that place first instead of going straight to Oshinohakai. Oshino-hakai. This place is a cultural attraction located in the Oshino area near the famous Oshino-hakai. It belongs to the Hikobe family and features a traditional Japanese residence along with a Japanese garden. The house itself is styled like a rural Edo Meiji period home, giving a very authentic historical atmosphere. There is a classic Japanese garden with a pond, stones, and carefully arranged plants that reflect traditional landscape design. The whole area feels very calm and peaceful, especially since it's located slightly away from the main tourist crowds around Hoshino-hakai. It's the kind of place where you can slow down and just take in the quiet atmosphere. Especially if you love peaceful and quiet places, this could actually be a really beautiful spot for a proposal. After the proposal and spending some time taking photos, we crossed the street to have dinner at a small cafe before catching the bus back to Kawaguchiko station. The ride back was pretty far, around 2 hours or so, and by then it was already starting to get dark. So far the food here has been really consistent. Even when we just randomly walk into places, nothing has been disappointing. Nothing has been bad so far. Everything still suits our taste. It's not like every place is wow, this is the best restaurant ever, but it's more like everything is still enjoyable and works well for us. Nothing feels out of place, everything is just fine in a good way. So we decided to stay in Nagoya for one night since it was much closer to our next destination, Shirakawa-go. To get there, we first took the Sekitori bus from Fujikawaguchiko to Mishima Station, which took about 1 hour and 20 minutes. After that, we transferred to the Shinkansen from Mishima Station to Nagoya for another 1 hour and 30 minutes. Before boarding, we also picked up some dinner from a supermarket inside the station to eat on the Shinkansen. We booked reserved seats on the Shinkansen as well, so we could comfortably place our luggage and suitcase during the ride.
Ini juga plastik kok. Juga plastik.
This morning, we were taking a VIP liner bus from Nagoya to Shirakawa-go. The ticket cost us almost 500,000 rupiah per person, but the bus already had a restroom on board, so honestly, it was worth it for a 3-hour ride. What a beautiful yellowish morning for a ride. The ticket said that the bus would arrive 10 minutes before departure, and yeah, they came right on time. Before boarding, we also grabbed some breakfast, things like bread and famichiki, so we could eat comfortably on the bus during the trip to Shirakawa-go. After arriving at the bus terminal in Shirakawa-go, we stored our luggage at a place near the terminal because we were planning to spend the whole day exploring the village. One important thing to note, the luggage storage was cash only, so make sure bring some cash with you. Also, the place closed at 5 p.m, so you have to pick up your luggage before closing time. Upon arriving in Shirakawa-go, we planned to have breakfast first at Hakusuyen. It's located quite close to the bus terminal, only about a 5 to 10 minute walk. But when we got there, we found out it only opens at 11:45, so we decided to explore the surroundings first while waiting. Mataharinya besar banget. The weather was really nice that day. Clear skies and very pleasant atmosphere. Perfect for walking around. One of the closest landmarks to the restaurant is the Wada House, one of the oldest and largest gasho zukuri traditional houses in the Shirakawa-go World Heritage Village. The gasho zukuri style is known for its steep thatched roofs shaped like praying hands, designed to withstand heavy snowfall during winter. I think we arrived at the restaurant at around 11 and 5 a.m, so we had to wait for about another 30 minutes before it opened. We didn't actually go inside the Wada House, we just enjoyed the scenery around it. But honestly, the view was absolutely beautiful. And this was during autumn, which already looked amazing. Even though Shirakawa-go is actually more famous during winter, when snow covers the rooftops of the traditional houses and transforms the whole village into a postcard-like scenery. After taking photos for around half an hour, we went back to Hakusuyen to queue for a table, and it ended up becoming our lunch instead. They serve hida beef and soba noodles, complete with akakabuzuke, which is their local red turnip pickle specialty.
Tapi ini terbuat dari kayak jerami gitu kali ya kalau di kita, terus kayak dipadet-padetin gitu, kayak dipukul-pukul gitu, makanya ini bisa rata gitu kan ya, kayak dok. Soalnya hujan gitu juga nggak masuk, kalau summer lebih adem jadinya.
Before entering the restaurant, we had to take off our shoes first. After ordering, we just sat and waited for the food to arrive while enjoying the atmosphere inside. The interior and overall vibe felt very traditional Japanese, calm, cozy, and really beautiful. Inda ordered the most expensive menu, which was the hida beef set meal. Me and Jenwoo ordered the hida beef hoba miso set meal, while the man ordered the hida pork set meal. So here, you actually cook the meat yourself over a small charcoal fire using hoba leaves, dried magnolia leaves. The idea is that the leaf gives this really nice fragrant aroma to the meat and the miso while it's grilling. But not everyone uses the leaf though. Like Inda said, didn't use it for example. The taste, it was okay. Nothing mind-blowing, not something I'd say, wow, this is insane, but still enjoyable enough. Personally, I think mine tasted the best though. Also, I didn't really see that many restaurants around Shirakawa-go in general. This one was basically the most noticeable one we came across. So yeah, food-wise, it was fine. Solid but not extraordinary. And finally, this was the place we'd been waiting for the most on today's trip, the Shirakawa-go viewpoint. The viewpoint itself doesn't really have strict opening hours and is usually accessible 24 hours a day. But if you want to use the shuttle bus going up there, it only operates during daytime. You can also walk to the viewpoint though, which is what we decided to do. Access to the area can sometimes be limited depending on snow conditions, road closures. Usually the best sightseeing time is from around 8 AM until sunset, since we still had to pick up our luggage before the storage place closed. We had to head back around 4:30 PM and return to the bus terminal to continue our trip to Kanazawa. The view from up here was honestly amazing. Looking down at the village, you could see a beautiful mix of green trees blended together with the autumn leaves. And with the clear blue sky that day, everything just looked even more stunning.
Naik ke situ yuk, barangkali ada snack.
Oh, okay.
Aku juga cantik.
There was also a small shop up there where you could buy ice cream. After getting a few snacks, we headed back down to explore other parts of Shirakawa-go. Actually, Shirakawa-go has its own tourist map, and we picked up one at the bus terminal earlier. It really helped make exploring the village much easier. We finally decided to go inside one of the traditional houses here called the Kanda house. I think the entrance fees between the houses are pretty similar, only around 200 yen or so. And this is more or less what the inside of the house looks like. The inside feels very different from modern Japanese houses. Everything is made of dark wood and it still smells a little smoky from the old fireplace.
Patung dari 1819 juga ini. Udah dari 1819 di rumah ini.
There are a lot of old tools displayed upstairs. I'm not exactly sure what every single thing was used for, but many of them seem related to farming, daily life, and traditional work from hundreds of years ago. Some of these tools may have been used for sake brewing or silk production, which used to be important in this region. The whole place feels less like a museum and more like stepping into someone's actual home from the past. They actually have a really beautiful view from the attic. But unfortunately, we couldn't stay there for too long because we were running out of time. We had to start heading back to pick up the luggage we left at the storage. And then, you know those famous little canals in Japan with fish swimming inside them and people always talk about? Turns out they actually have them here too. I was honestly so happy to finally see it with my own eyes because it looks so beautiful and charming in real life. While walking back, we stopped by a few different spots along the way, like this wide open rice field area, and there was also a really beautiful river nearby. We also stopped to buy some souvenirs, and of course, we ended up buying pudding too. The pudding came in this cute little glass jar packaging, and I was honestly so excited to try it, because so far, every pudding I've tried in Japan has been amazing. We actually didn't eat the pudding right away. The weather was getting colder and colder as the evening came, so we just kept walking while enjoying the evening atmosphere of Shirakawa-go. We stopped for a bit by the beautiful river to take some photos, but not for too long because it was getting pretty cold already. After that, we continued walking back to pick up our luggage. Sekarang di mana?
Kanazawa.
Kanazawa Eki.
Higashi Kanazawa Eki desu.
We took the Willow travel bus from Shirakawa-go to Kanazawa, scheduled at 7 p.m. I don't exactly remember how long the ride took, but after we arrived in Kanazawa, we quickly checked in and dropped our luggage at our Airbnb. And then, without wasting too much time, we went straight out again to get ramen for dinner. We originally wanted to eat at Ramen Taiga, but unfortunately it was closed that night. But instead, we ended up eating at the ramen place right across Taiga, which was pretty close by. The ramen here was okay. Nothing was wrong with it. It still tasted good, but there wasn't anything super memorable about it either. It wasn't bad, but it also wasn't something I'd specifically come back for. Just a solid, decent bowl of ramen in my opinion.
Itu rich. Aku belum suka ini sih. Ini rich banget. Itu lah.
Boleh coba nggak? Boleh coba nggak? Karena aku nggak bilang mau coba apa.
In Kanazawa, we only visited Kenroku-en and Kanazawa Castle Park, and the weather that day was pretty gloomy. When we arrived near the Kenroku-en area, there were so many different shops around selling all kinds of things. I think there were also kimono rental shops nearby, but we decided not to rent kimono in Kanazawa because we preferred to do that later in Kyoto instead.
Kita ada di mana?
Kanazawa Park. Ini ada casino-nya. So we decided to visit Kenroku-en first. It's located right across from Kanazawa Castle Park, so it's very easy to combine both in one trip. There are actually a few different ticket options, but we just went for the adult garden admission, which was 320 yen. You can either buy the ticket at the counter or use the ticket machine there, which is pretty convenient. We entered through the gate and started exploring inside Kenroku-en, even doing a bit of bird watching because there was some really beautiful birds around. Kenroku-en is celebrated as one of the 3 great gardens of Japan. Its name means the garden of the 6 attributes: spaciousness, seclusion, human artifice, antiquity, water features, and magnificent views. The garden is also famous for several iconic features, including Japan's oldest fountain, the 2-leg Kotoji-toro lantern, and the Yukitsuri-do conical rope structures used to protect trees from heavy winter snow. Usually when we visit parks or tourist spots like this, if there's a map available, we prefer to take the brochure map. It really helps us figure out the best roads to walk so we can explore the area more efficiently without missing anything important. This area is quite large, about 11.4 hectares, and very walkable. There are also some spots where you can sit and just enjoy the city view from inside the garden. Inside the garden, you can also find some human statues, though I honestly don't know much about their history, and I won't try to explain that part. The autumn leaves here make everything look even more dramatic and beautiful. It really adds so much atmosphere to the place. We also had lunch inside the garden. I didn't really see many restaurants around, so we just stopped by the first place we found that was selling food. I was really interested in the ankoro mochi on their menu. It is a traditional Japanese sweet made from soft, chewy mochi coated with sweet red bean paste, usually served in bite-sized pieces. The food choices here honestly weren't that many, so we ended up ordering one cold soba, one hot soba with egg yolk, ankoro mochi, and some corn tea. And honestly, I really liked the ankoro mochi. It was sweet, soft, and really comforting to eat. Plus, I already like red bean in general, so this was definitely something I enjoyed.
Kita masih ada di mana? Kanazawa Park.
Kenraku and Garden.
Where? Ini ada Meiji Monument.
There are actually several groves inside the garden, but since it was autumn, many of them look dry. Like the plum grove, for example. This place is seriously huge. We had been walking around for quite a while and still felt like we hadn't explored everything yet. Eventually, we arrived at Midoritaki Waterfall and Hisagoike Pond, and the atmosphere there felt incredibly peaceful. This was the moment when all of us girls started comparing the different shades of brown from our outfits. Somehow they all matched with the autumn vibe perfectly. After spending quite a long time inside Kengoku-en, we finally started making our way out of the garden. Along the exit area, there were lots of little food stalls and vending machines. And of course, we got interested in one particular vending machine that we kept seeing everywhere in Japan, the ice cream vending machine.
Ice cream apa? Okay. Udah gitu doang.
Karamelnya terasa, vanilanya juga terasa.
Thank you for the review.
Tapi enak, coba aja.
We could already see Kanazawa Castle Park standing across from us, which became our next destination. The nice thing is that entering the castle grounds itself is completely free, although there are a few sections inside that require a separate admission fee. For this visit, we mostly explored the free access areas, including Kahokumon Gate and the Zumitamon Gate.
I think this is the map to the castle.
Apa ini tulisannya plan reconstruction, berarti sekarang dia lagi rubuh.
Rumah aku gede banget.
Ini kita lagi di mana? Ini kata Jenu dia lagi di rumah Jenu.
Ayo jalan-jalan. Kita bervideoan di sini.
Usually, at landmark places like this, the Tourist Information Center has stamps available if you're into collecting them. Sometimes, it's not just one stamp. There are actually multiple different stamps you can collect from the same area. Based on the map of Kanazawa Castle Park, there are 3 stamps locations. The first one is at the Ishikawa information booth, which we already visited. The second one is near the Gojuken Nagaya area, and the last one is located near the Gyokusen in Maru Garden. However, we couldn't get into the second stamp house because the posts were closed when we got there, so in the end, we only managed to collect 2 stamps. Walking around the castle area is actually quite a long journey, so I would really recommend wearing comfortable shoes if you plan to explore it properly. After visiting Kanazawa Castle Park, we headed straight to the station and had dinner there. The restaurant was called Kanazawa Katsuzo. In my opinion, the food was really good. We had katsu before boarding our Shinkansen journey from Kanazawa to Kyoto. We departed Kanazawa at around 5:20 p.m. and arrived at Suruga Station at 6:17 p.m. From there, we transferred to our second train heading to Kyoto. Today we were going on a half-day trip to Uji and Nara. Have you ever heard of Uji? Uji is basically known as the matcha capital of Japan and is widely considered the birthplace of Japanese green tea. Most of the streets here are lined with traditional tea houses and shops selling all kinds of matcha-infused foods and drinks. And the best part is, it is very accessible. It's only around a 15 to 30-minute train ride from central Kyoto station. Before diving into all the matcha-related spots in Uji, we first wanted to stop by Byodo-in Temple. But before reaching the temple, we passed by the statue of Murasaki Shikibu. The statue honors the 11th century Japanese novelist who is often credited with writing the world's first novel, The Tale of Genji. The statue is located near Uji Bridge, and from there, you can also see the beautiful Uji River flowing in the background. The whole atmosphere felt incredibly peaceful, cinematic, and honestly really beautiful. After spending some time around the beautiful Uji River, we finally headed to Byodo-in Temple. It is a stunning Buddhist temple in Uji that's especially famous for its iconic Phoenix Hall. The temple was originally built in 1053, is recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and is even featured on the Japanese 10-yen coin. There's an admission fee to enter the temple grounds, 700 yen for adults, 400 yen for high school students, and 300 yen for elementary school students. If you want to enter the Phoenix Hall itself, there's an additional 300 yen fee. Access is also quite limited. Only 50 people are allowed per tour. And the tours depart every 20 minutes. One important thing to know, you're not allowed to take photos or record videos inside the Phoenix Hall. And there is no English translation, all Japanese.
Habis di mana? Habis di mana? Aku jadi orang yang baru.
Seru banget kan, kacau emang.
After visiting Byodo-in Temple, it was already getting close to lunchtime, so we started looking for something to eat. And then we found this really unique restaurant where almost every menu item had matcha in it. Even the ramen was matcha ramen. And of course, we got curious because we had never tried anything like that before. The place is called Ramen Tanaka Kyushoten on Google Maps. It opens at 11 a.m. and we actually passed by it earlier in the morning, but it was still closed at that time. So we decided to come back once it opened and have lunch there instead. I think we arrived pretty close to the opening time, so luckily we didn't have to wait in line.
Something matcha. Jadi ada spicy-nya, ada matcha-nya, ada kimchi-nya juga. Kalau nggak kimchi tuh kayak ada. Baru coba kuahnya.
Belum diaduk itu?
Udah diaduk dikit aja begitu. Lebih ke rasa kimchi-nya sih, matcha-nya kayak gitu berasa.
Kurang.
Gula hijau.
Tanpa saus dulu ya, original. Nggak kerasa sih macanya, kayak gyoza pada umumnya.
Coba pakai topping.
Coba. Nggak kerasa macam.
Profesional sekali. Profesional ya.
Kalau bir profesional.
First impression.
Nggak kerasa. Serius deh. Oh, ada bitter sedikit di belakang lidah.
So yeah, that was basically the food there. After finishing our meal, we spent a bit of time doing gacha right in front of the restaurant. It was just a fun little moment before continuing our trip around
Ini
Uji.
biru. Ini apa biru? Beda sendiri. Spesial.
One eternity later.
Durasi.
Pause bisa sampai 11.
Ada 2 batu sih.
Dapat sapi.
Sapi?
Kok tahu sapi?
Ini apa? Ini sama. Dari batu ya?
Ini sama kalian.
Sama.
Kamu babi.
Kok jahat?
Sapi nggak sih itu, say?
Sapi. Ada tanduk.
Apa tuh buat apanya?
Kyoto. Dia bisa baca ya, Bun?
Bohong nggak sih?
Beneran, weh? Tahu dari mana? Nah, coba terus. Kyoto.
Right next to the ramen shop, there's a small path leading into a narrow alley. If you keep walking through it, you'll eventually come out onto a street with beautiful autumn trees and the Uji River in the background. The view there is absolutely stunning. We then walked to Tachibana Bridge and crossed to the other side. After that, we turned right and headed toward Asagiri Bridge. The view from here was incredible because we were right in the middle of the Uji River. The bright red bridge stood out beautifully against the softer colors of the river, the trees, and the surrounding landscape. After that, we turned right again and continued walking toward Kanryu Bridge. Personally, I thought the scenery from here was beautiful as well. It gave us another perspective of the river and the autumn colors around Uji. So we made our way to Masuda Chaho through the Byodo in Omotesando area. And now it was finally time for our matcha sprint. Of course, we had to start with something simple, matcha ice cream.
Jangan disembuhin, bukan aja kok.
Bumbu matcha. Kesel bumbu matcha. Ini gimana? Tadi berasap tidur. Giginya juga.
There were 2 versions available, the original matcha and the roasted matcha version. It felt almost mandatory to start tasting as many matcha treats as possible. Our next destination was a place that is extremely popular among matcha enthusiasts and is highly respected in the tea world. The shop is especially known for its premium ceremonial grade matcha, gyokuro and sencha. In fact, some of their products are so popular that they sell out quickly, and certain items even have purchase limits. So if you're a matcha fan, this is definitely one of those places worth checking out while you're in Uji. If you ask me what my favorite matcha spot is, I would easily say this place. I tried their Fujikawa latte and it was so good that this has become my favorite matcha spot, not just in Uji or Japan, but probably in the entire world right now. The flavor was rich, smooth, and incredibly well balanced. And besides serving amazing matcha, they also sell various tools and equipment for preparing matcha. So if you're interested in bringing a piece of the Uji tea experience back home, this is a great place to shop as well.
Di mananya hijau? Di mana? Aku pidotin. Hijau banget. Emang gitu, coba lihat.
Enggak loh.
Aku lihat.
Enggak.
Hijau banget dan ini lihat punyamu tuh Mar. Gak terlalu. Pantas after taste terasa banget. Ternyata ketinggalan.
It was already getting late in the afternoon and we estimated that the journey from Uji to Nara would take around 50 minutes to an hour. So we hopped on a combination of buses and trains and made our way to Nara, hoping to arrive in time for sunset. We wanted to watch the sunset from one of the hills in Nara. If any of you are planning to visit Nara mainly for the deer, just a little warning, the deer here are not always as gentle as they look on the internet. If a deer notices that you're carrying shika senbei, the special deer cracker sold at stalls around the park, there's a good chance it will start following you. Or if you bring anything interesting, has a strong smell. Some of them can get surprisingly persistent when they're asking for food. So if you're unlucky, you might even get bumped, nudged, or likely headbutted by an impatient deer. So yes, they're cute, but they're also very experienced at convincing tourists to feed them. Just be aware of your surroundings, don't be rude even to the deer, and enjoy your time here.
Wis pengendali rusa.
Aku gak ada, Wei.
Halo, ini weh belum pegang nih weh.
So here we were at Wakakusayama Hill, the hill that I've been talking about. To get inside, there was an entrance fee. One thing to note is that you can't buy shikasenbei up here, so if you want to feed the deer on the hill, make sure to buy the crackers down below before entering. Also, this is a one-time entry, which means you cannot re-enter once you leave. To reach the top, you'll need to walk up a series of stairs and uphill paths. And honestly, I thought the hill was pretty steep, especially if you're wearing boots with heels like we were. So comfortable footwear is definitely something I'd recommend. But hopefully the sunset view waiting for us at the top would make the climb worth it.
Nah ini biar pulangnya cepet ya, ngobrol satu.
I believe it was finally time to head back. We would be spending the night in Kyoto and the journey took us about an hour. For dinner, we originally planned to eat at a popular place called KIYOMIZUDERA, but when we got there, the queue was so long, the demand was huge, while the restaurant itself was surprisingly small. We ended up waiting in line for almost 2 hours. We were absolutely starving, so unfortunately we never got to try it ourselves. Maybe one of you can give it a try and let us know whether it's actually worth the wait.
Ada di mana?
Inari. Fushimi Inari ya? As you can see, we arrived at Fushimi Inari at around 6:40 in the morning, and we had already left our Airbnb at around 5 a.m. If you're hoping to get photos without too many people in the background, this is honestly the way to do it. You have to come very early in the morning. Later in the day, this place gets extremely crowded. This shrine is world famous for its mesmerizing network of more than 10,000 vibrant vermilion torii gates that wind their way up to the sacred Mount Inari. It is also the head shrine dedicated to the Shinto god of rice, prosperity, and business. Walking through the seemingly endless tunnel of torii gates is one of the most iconic experiences in Kyoto, and seeing it in the quiet morning light made it feel even more special. And this is what the area looks like before you begin walking through the famous torii gates and making your way up to the mountain. By this point, we were actually getting ready to leave Fushimi, and you can already see that more and more people were starting to arrive. Before heading to our next destination, we made a quick stop to grab some snacks. There were a few food stalls here around the area. After about a 40-minute train ride, we finally arrived at KIYOMIZUDERA. The walk leading up to the UNESCO Heritage Temple was honestly an attraction on its own. There were so many cute shops lining the streets and so many things to try, from treats to souvenirs, also plenty of kimono rental shops around the area. I think this is one of those places where you can easily spend hours just wandering around, shopping, eating, and taking photos. Just like many famous spots in Kyoto, it gets very crowded. One of the places we stopped by was Otowa Saryo. Since it was still morning, they were only serving their breakfast menu, and it looked pretty interesting. There were both indoor and outdoor seating areas. Even though it was a bit cold, we chose to face the weather. We ordered the assorted matcha green tea flavored dessert for 1,700 yen and a hot sake. It was a nice little breakfast stop before continuing our day around KIYOMIZUDERA.
Warabi mochi ini
Sorted matcha.
ya, hot sake. Yang hot sake ingat ya?
Seems like matcha chocolate.
Udah makan?
Udah.
Enak?
Enak?
Suka.
Enak?
Pas tanpa perlu dilebih-lebihkan dikurangkan.
Iya. Setuju.
Nice. Ini ada sepotong lagi.
Enggak strawberry tapi anggur. Jangan nyesel aja.
Pertama masuk pahit terus lama-lama manis.
Lama-lama sama si mochinya.
Iya.
Sama masuk kayak agak kaget dikit.
Okay, let me just summarize everything with a quick rating. We ordered 3 items. The assorted matcha desserts gets a 4 out of 5. The warabi mochi gets a 4 out of 5. And the hot sake gets a 3 out of 5. As for the assorted matcha dessert set, it came with 6 different desserts. My favorites were the matcha gelato, matcha chocolate, and soft matcha roll cake. Those were all delicious. The matcha warabi mochi was also quite good. The matcha grape mochi and matcha pudding, on the other hand, were just okay. Overall, it was a nice matcha experience and a good way to start the morning. After breakfast, we were more than ready for our kimono rental experience. Indah and I rented our kimonos from Okamoto. Unfortunately, I don't have any video footage from that part, so I'll just be showing some photos instead. The rental package already included hairstyling, a bag, and even an outer layer to help with the cold weather. And honestly, once we put on the kimonos, basically became a cycle of photo, walk a little, and repeat. The funny thing was that we were wearing dark colored long johns underneath, and we were told to take them off, so even though the kimono itself was quite thick, it was still really cold. As the day went on and evening approached, the temperature kept dropping and you could really feel that winter was just around the corner. After spending hours taking photos around the area, it was finally time to return our kimonos before the 5:30 p.m. deadline. Once we returned them, we spent some time trying a few local snacks and shopping for souvenirs. By then, it was getting darker and much colder, and to make things even more challenging, it had started to drizzle. Since we had skipped lunch earlier, we were definitely ready for dinner. So like many times during this trip, we ended up walking into a random restaurant and giving it a try. And honestly, it turned out pretty good. Nothing particularly fancy, but everything tastes nice and suited our palate. So no complaints from us.
Yours?
Sama kayak kamu tapi terlalu sih. Nasinya nasi banget. Contoh ini belum nyoba.
Emang banyak lah, karena kalau ikat satu pasti gini, aku jarang kali ikat satu kan.
By the time we were heading back at around 6 p.m., the line at the bus stop was already getting pretty long. So we joined the queue and waited for our bus back.
Agak brutal gitu ya.
Journey from this area to our Airbnb was still quite far. The weather kept getting colder and our outfits weren't really suitable for the temperature anymore.
Lihat langitnya.
So the plan was simple: head back to the Airbnb, warm up a little, and then maybe head out again later for some late night snacks.
Cobain ini.
Aku suka sih.
Ini enak guys.
This was our last day in Kyoto. Later that night, we would be heading to Osaka. Before leaving, we wanted to visit one more place that I think is almost a must-see for first-time visitors to Kyoto. It's probably best to come here as early as possible, but by this point in the trip, I think all of us need more time to rest, so we ended up leaving a bit later than planned and arrived at around 8 or 9 a.m. As expected, it was already quite crowded. Even so, the atmosphere here still felt surprisingly peaceful. The downside was that it became a little difficult to take photos without people in the background. Though if getting those empty iconic shots is important to you, arriving early would definitely help. Along this bamboo forest path, there are a few popular spots that many visitors usually stop by. One of them is Nonomiya Shrine, a small shrine located right beside the bamboo grove. Another well-known attraction nearby is Okochi Sansol Garden. We decided not to enter the garden. We only stopped by Nonomiya Shrine before continuing our walk through the bamboo forest.
We are in dusun bambu apa?
Dingin juga kok. Hah? Aku jadi udah nggak biasa lihat aku nggak pakai kacamata.
Udah mau 2 minggu.
Keterlaluan sih.
Udah mau pulang, nggak notice dia.
After leaving the forest, we walk over to Sagaten Ryuji Street. This area is packed with restaurants and all kinds of cute shops. There are plenty of dining options here, covering a wide range of prices. Many of the restaurants felt a little overpriced, probably because it's such a popular tourist area. We walked into this random restaurant, which the prices at this place made a lot more sense compared to many restaurants nearby. Plus, we were started to run low on cash and hadn't had the chance to withdraw more yet. The food here was okay, nothing special, but it wasn't bad. We were on our way to our last stop in Kyoto, Nishiki Market. Often called Kyoto's kitchen, this market stretches for about 400 meters and is packed with more than 100 specialty shops and food stalls.
Wah, bukan casen tapi casen.
As we wandered through the market, we picked up a few drinks along the way, especially when this vendor claimed that it was a Kyoto
Yang
specialty.
sparkling sih gue suka sih. Nggak tahu kalau lu. High quality. High quality. Ini tuh kan? Apa? Itu? Oh. Expensive. Like last one. One more tuh, one more.
This one is the traditional one.
Sweet. No, enough. Oh, juice. Juice. Alcohol clear. Japanese. Enak juga loh ini. Aku mau beli ini. Japanese power drink. Oh, power drink. Iya.
And of course, we pay some time visiting a gacha machine.
Yang mobil nggak tahu terserahmu lah. Merah-merah deh kak kalau aku. Anan tuh dapat uang.
Fast forward and we were finally in Osaka. After leaving our Airbnb, we headed straight to Donkuijote Dotonbori, one of the most iconic Donkuijote stores in Japan. This massive store has 6 floors packed with just about everything you can imagine. Snacks, souvenirs, cosmetics, electronics, household items, and even luxury goods. Whether you're looking for gifts to bring home or just want to do some last-minute shopping, it's very easy to spend a lot more time here than you originally planned. As we got closer to the end of the trip, we somehow ended up with less and less footage. Anyway, we headed out in the morning to visit this restaurant because it's famous for its unagi. And if you enjoy eel, you might want to come to this place. You will not regret it. In fact, all of us agreed that this was probably the best meal we had during our entire Japan trip. The unagi was incredibly thick, tender, and juicy. Every bite was packed with flavor and you could really taste the quality. The only downside is the queue. We arrived at around 11 a.m. and still had to wait for about an hour and a half before we could get a table. The restaurant is located inside a shopping plaza, and judging by the crowd, it is clearly a favorite among both locals and tourists. But honestly, the wait was completely worth it.
Tidak muat ya guys ya. Kayak kita harus pindahin dia. Aku takut dia jatuh. Gimana cara pindahin?
Punya bantuan saya nggak bisa.
Isinya. Kita coba telurnya dulu. Telurnya aja enak.
Lembut.
Coba nasinya kakak nasi goreng. Kita coba dagingnya. First bite.
Apa nih mbak isinya?
Enak. Keluarnya ada crunchy-nya, smoky-nya, smoky. Dalamnya masih lembut. Top juara ini.
Ini yang paling enak. Apakah dia top 1 atau top 3?
Top 1.
Oke.
Karena aku juga suka orangnya gitu. Beef.
Kedua roast beef.
Beef oh no.
Yang jalannya jauh ya.
Ya, yang ketiga ya makarel.
Kalau kamu pilih apapun.
Kita ngantri di sini sejam lebih ada.
Sejam lebih.
Sejam lebih. Hanya
jalannya panjang banget.
Now that we're completely full, it's time to head to our next destination. The portions at lunch were actually quite generous and we ended up finishing everything. No regrets though. Our next stop is Osaka Castle. We took the train there. This is probably one of the first places many people visit when they come to Osaka for the first time. Osaka Castle is one of Japan's most famous landmarks and an enduring symbol of the city. The castle grounds themselves are free to enter, although some attractions and museums areas inside require a separate admission fee. Even if you don't plan to go inside, it's still worth visiting for the beautiful park, the historic atmosphere, and of course, the iconic view of the castle itself.
Halo.
If you've made it up to this point, you can actually see a beautiful view of the castle with the Osaka city skyline right behind it. It's honestly even more stunning if you come during sunset or on a clear, bright day. The contrast between the historic castle and the modern city in the background makes the view feel really special. You can also hear the birds chirping, and sometimes you'll even see traditional boats passing by.
Hujanin. Kastil.
From Osaka Castle, it takes about 20 to 30 minutes by train to reach our Love Coffee Roasters in northern Osaka. My fiance requested this place, and we had to hurry because it closes at 7. They serve both coffee and non-coffee drinks. We warmed ourselves here, and I really love their hot chocolate in this cold weather. They also sell coffee beans here, so if you're interested, you can bring some home as a souvenir. Since we visited in December, the cafe was decorated with a cozy Christmas theme, which made the atmosphere feel even more festive. After spending some time here and enjoying our drinks, we headed to Tennoji Park to check out the Christmas market and see what it had to offer. It took us around 15 to 20 minutes by train to get here. As soon as we arrived, the festive atmosphere was already everywhere, with Christmas decorations, lights, and market stalls creating a cheerful holiday vibe. We decided to get another hot chocolate to warm ourselves up, and of course, use it as a photo prop. Just a quick note, many of the items sold at this Christmas market were quite overpriced, so it's worth keeping that in mind if you're planning to do some shopping here.
Gigit duluan dong.
Gigit siapa?
Gigit pohon Natalnya.
Bintangnya terpotong dari
Coklat.
pohon Natal ya.
Dan
Yang ini ada
reindeer.
rosa, yang
Yang
ini
ini
ada Santa. The Santa is drowning. Oh, ini pelakunya yang membuat Santa tenggelam. Hah? Kamu. Ayo.
Oh, dia makin tenggelam.
Oh. Yang ini masih ngambang. Yang ini udah tenggelam. Jahat. Tadi di depan ada Santa beneran ya loh, aku laporin kamu. Selamatkan Santa itu. Mana?
Tanya kentut salju.
Mukanya udah meleleh gak sih? Makin dicelupin. Ya, napas lu, napas. You eat the Santa brain.
Santa pakai whipped cream enak.
There were also live performances taking place here. Since everything was in Japanese, we didn't really understand what the performance was saying. Still, it was fun to watch and experience. If you enjoy watching local performances while traveling, this is definitely something worth checking out. One thing to keep in mind is that Christmas markets are only held during the holiday season leading up to Christmas. So if visiting a Christmas market is on your bucket list, make sure to do some research beforehand to find out when it's open and where it's being held.
Kenapa ini?
Kepala busanya kelempar ke tanah.
Salah harusnya lempar. Kesian dia jatuh ya, kena rumput.
Pas gitu. Kenapa ya
This was our last night in Japan, so we decided to have one last famichiki before heading home. For those who don't know, famichiki is one of the most popular snacks sold at Family Mart convenience stores across Japan. It is a boneless fried chicken filled that is juicy and crispy. It's served hot and ready to eat, usually in a paper sleeve. It is delicious and has become one of our favorite convenience store snacks in Japan.
Famichiki. Suka kota apa jadinya dari semua kota yang sudah di visited?
Top rank-ku Shirakawa-go, Fuji. Satu lagi apa ya? Tokyo oke lah. Tokyo lebih ke banyak makan. Sebenarnya hari-hari juga banyak makan sih ya. Kalau Shirakawa-go kan dia lebih ke view-nya sih.
Sama Fuji berarti juga.
Iya, Fuji lebih ke view.
What about you?
Pertama bingung antara Shirakawa atau Fujikawa.
Kenapa bingung?
Mana yang lebih tinggi? Soalnya dua-duanya gue suka. Fujikawa sih kalau aku. Fujikawa soalnya lebih banyak yang bisa dieksplor. Kalau Shirakawa bagus juga tapi kayak cukup sehari, 2 hari, sehari cukup sebenarnya. Saya pengen coba nginep di Shirakawa.
Aku pengennya coba winter di Shirakawa.
Ya menarik.
Make sense, winter di Shirakawa juga make sense.
Balik aja. Udah winter. Aku mirip-mirip juga sih. Aku suka Fujikawa sama Shirakawa-go. Mostly karena view-nya. Satu lagi menenangkan saat dilihat.
Iya.
Kalau Kamakura agak di bawah ekspektasiku. Kukira bakalan lebih wow.
Mungkin juga karena cloudy sih.
Iya, pertama itu. Terus kayak kedua, mungkin karena udah mulai overcrowded, jadi banyak yang ditutup. Sama pudingku kan diambil di situ.
Diambil burung gagak ya.
Iya. Cukup boring sih Kamakura. Tapi dia kayak memang cukup sehari doang. Kalau misalnya cuacanya cerah mungkin lebih oke ya. Mas kemarin kita dapatnya cuacanya very gloomy.
Kita makan apa malam?
Komachi-dori.
Street food itu menurutku juga pilihan makanannya nggak terlalu menarik. Belum beli strawberry.
Strawberry ada mie. Mungkin kalau kita dapat view Gunung Fuji yang dari pantai itu cukup bisa meninggalkan memori.
Kita nggak dapat. Tapi nggak apa-apa karena kita dapat langsung di Fujikawanya, which is better. Oke, sekarang yang paling nggak menyenangkan di kota apa?
Aku Kyoto.
Kenapa?
Satu udah pernah, dua udah akhir trip udah mulai capek, over tourist banget, overcrowded, jadi kayak tiap hari rasanya capek aja nggak enjoy.
Sama harganya lebih mahal. Menurutku harganya slightly lebih mahal dari kota lain. Padahal dia kan bukan ibu kota. Kalau misalnya Tokyo, Jakarta, Bangkok, slightly lebih mahal tuh kayak lebih make sense. Sedangkan Kyoto kan dia bukan capital. Kena serang angin dingin. Aku either Kyoto atau Kamakura sih. Tapi menurutku itu yang paling nggak terlalu meninggalkan kesan. Tapi kayaknya lebih nggak meninggalkan kesan Kamakura karena di Kyoto aku pakai kimono.
Ayo, udah guys, santai kan?
I think Kamakura karena
Dicontek. Sama tiru ketiplek.
bete sih nggak dapet Fuji. Jadinya kayak berenang main di pantai pas gloomy lagi, maksudnya
Pantai memang lebih enak
pas sunny day. Tapi mungkin yang paling nggak sesuai ekspektasiku adalah Disneyland. Aku sudah menantikan kembang api itu.
Aku juga nunggu kembang apinya sih. Kembang apinya lebih kecil dari aku.
Lebih meriah kembang api cepet.
Lihat nggak sih yang hologram? yang dari bis terus berubah jadi manusia.
yang
Itu
kita-
yang amazing ya. Yang sampai sekarang pun aku masih inget jadinya.
Jajanannya lucu sih, apalagi
Jajanannya.
lagi Christmas edition.
Jajanannya enak sih sebenarnya. Apalagi ada yang dapat secret.
This was finally the time to go home. We had to travel from Osaka back to Tokyo because there were no direct flights from Osaka to Jakarta. We were flying with All Nippon's Airways from Itami Airport. Our flight was scheduled for 7:30 a.m. and the journey took about 1 hour and 15 minutes.
Tangan masuk es banget.
We had to drag our luggage through train stations in the freezing cold weather, which definitely wasn't the easiest part of the trip. But looking back, it was all part of the adventure. Despite the cold, the heavy luggage, and the early morning rush, we had an amazing time in Japan. Oh, and one more tip. If you're flying from Haneda to Sagarnahata, try to get a window seat on the right side of the plane and don't fall asleep during the first 10 to 15 minutes after takeoff. If the weather is clear, you'll be rewarded with an incredible view of Mount Fuji. I really appreciate you stayed to the last minute. I hope this is helpful. See you on my next vlog.